A couple of weeks ago, we hosted a garage sale. Our daughter and granddaughter-in-law brought over a host of items. We had quite the sale. I don't like garage sales. I used to enjoy browsing. I don't stop anymore, and I don't like hosting them. Oh, we accomplished something. We got rid of a lot of stuff. Stuff that was clogging up the place, and certainly my garage. I think I learned something, or at least had something brought back to my attention. Let me illustrate what I'm talking about by saying that there was one man who seemed to want to bargain over every penny. If I had something out for a quarter, he said, "Can I have two for a quarter?" It was already a bargain. What are you doing? Everything he picked up, and he bought several items. Everything he picked up, he wanted to know if he could have it for half that. In sharp contrast to him, I think of two groups of ladies. They came through, they looked over some things. One of them bought a very small item, but then she refused her change. I think I owed her 50 cents, and another lady I waited on, I think I owed her 25 cents. In both instances, I said, "I'll get your change," and started to walk 10 feet over to where the change box was. And both of them said, "No, it's okay, that's close enough." Wow. A totally different attitude from that one man who had to bargain about every little thing. I don't want to talk today about garage sales as much as I want to talk about a generous spirit, an attitude of generosity. I think of how that we are supposed to give. Christians are to give. But 2 Corinthians chapter 9 says God loves a cheerful giver. It isn't just give, it's give cheerfully. Maybe my point is illustrated by a more severe passage. I think of Ephesians chapter 4, specifically verse 28. The Apostle Paul said, "Let him that stole, steal no more." Or as one version says, thieves should stop stealing. And before I go on to the rest of that verse, may I remind you that these were relatively new Christians that Paul was writing to, and many of them had come out of some pretty rough backgrounds. Probably had been thieves, and maybe that's the way they made their living, by stealing. He said, "Don't steal anymore." But notice that he said something additional. It wasn't just "don't steal." He said, "Work with your hands so that you can have something to give to those who are in need." In this passage, the opposite of the evil of stealing is not just stopping, it's giving. Working with your hands so that you can give to others. I suppose all of us have the choice. We can go through life penurious, bargaining for every penny, or we can go through life with a generous spirit, an attitude of concern for others, perhaps. You may go ahead and go to garage sales. I guess I might sometime in the future. And I suppose that it's okay to offer something less if you think something is a little overpriced, or at least more than you're willing to pay. But I'm not concerned so much about garage sales. I'm saying that we have the choice of being self-centered or being generous. Try the generous spirit. You'll develop a basic attitude and disposition of happiness. Try it. I think you'll like it.